So up to last video we have seen the chapter carbon, an important element. Today we will start our 14th chapter, that is substances in common use. So some substances very commonly we are using at home but we don't know all about them. So from this chapter some substances we have to understand in detail. So first question arises, what are salts? Because up to this time we have seen acids and bases. What are acids? They contain H plus ion as a main constituent. What are bases? They contain OH minus ion as a main constituent. But what are salts? Salts are the ionic compounds. Ionic compounds means they will form the ions. But not H plus ions and not OH minus ions. They will just maintain cation and anion of same type. Cation and anion, simple cation and simple anions they are forming. Such ionic compounds are called the simple salts. For example, NaCl. What is the common? This is the name of this salt, that is sodium chloride. The name of this salt is sodium chloride. We can call it its common salt. It containing Na plus as a positively charged ion and Cl minus as a negatively charged ion. So only they contain cation and anion but not containing H plus and OH minus ions. So what are salts you can write? So you can write what? Salts are nothing but what? Salts are the ionic compounds. Salts are the ionic compounds. How ionic compounds? Which are not containing not containing H plus or OH minus ions. H plus किंवा OH minus ions नहीं है. They contain only one kind of cation, one kind of anion. Only contain one kind of cation and one kind of anion. Such a compound, such ionic compounds who are containing only one kind of cation, one kind of anions and not containing H plus and OH minus ion, such compounds are called the simple salts. So we will see the some examples of simple salts. Then students, we know seawater is salty in taste. Why it is salty in taste? Due to various salts are present in it. So which are some common salts present in the seawater? If you have visited different seas or oceans, you can observe their water's taste is also different. Some means their comparative density is also different. म्हणजे वेगवेगळ्या समुद्राचं पाणी जास्त वेगवेगळ्या प्रमाणात खारं असतं आणि त्यांची डेन्सिटी सुद्धा वेगवेगळी असते ड्यू टू द प्रेझेन्स ऑफ डिफरंट सॉल्ट्स इन व्हेरियस प्रपोर्शन. त्यांच्यातलं जे सॉल्ट्स प्रेझेंट आहे त्या सॉल्ट्सचं प्रमाण कमी जास्त असल्यामुळे त्यांची डेन्सिटी वेगळी वेगळी असते आणि त्यांची खारेपणा सुद्धा वेगळा वेगळा असू शकतो. विच आर द इम्पॉर्टंट सॉल्ट्स फाउंड इन द सी वॉटर. मग सी वॉटर मध्ये मिळणारे वेगवेगळे सॉल्ट्स कोणते? सोडियम क्लोराईड, ज्याला आपण कॉमन सॉल्ट किंवा टेबल सॉल्ट सुद्धा म्हणतो, समुद्रापासून मिळणारे मीठ, that is common salt NaCl. Then magnesium chloride, that is MgCl2. Then magnesium sulfate, that is MgSO4. Potassium chloride, that is KCl. Then calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3. Then magnesium bromide, that is MgBr2. These are the various salts present in the seawater. So these are various important salts found in the seawater. From that we will discuss about the first, that is sodium chloride NaCl. Then the first important substance, common substance which we are using at daily life, that we will discuss, that is sodium chloride. The salt which is called as table salt or common salt. Chemical formula of this sodium chloride is NaCl and its chemical name is sodium chloride. What happens when sodium hydroxide react with hydrochloric acid? Sodium hydroxide react with the hydrochloric acid. You already know this both substances. सोडियम हायड्रॉक्साइड काय आहे? बेस आणि हायड्रोक्लोरिक ऍसिड काय आहे? ऍसिड. सोडियम हायड्रॉक्साइडचा फॉर्म्युला NaOH प्लस हायड्रोक्लोरिकचा फॉर्म्युला that is HCl. When sodium hydroxide react with the hydrochloric acid, they will form, that is NaCl plus H2O, that is salt and water. Salt and water both are neutral substances. So the reaction which forming neutral products are called neutralization reaction. While electrolysis of an aqueous solution of sodium chloride means 25% you have to use what? 25% salt, that is NaCl, and remaining water. Such a aqueous solution, when you will take such a water, is called brine. That is brine, salty water. Then when we electrolyze this brine, means when electric current is supplied through this brine, then at two dipped electrodes, that is cathode and anode. So in that, while electrolysis या सोल्युशन मध्ये जे NaCl चं सोल्युशन घेतलं होतं, त्याच्यात वॉटर मिक्स केल्यामुळे दॅट इज काय तयार होईल? NaOH, दॅट इज सोडियम हायड्रॉक्साईड तयार होईल, आणि उरलेला जो क्लोरीन होता, तो क्लोरीन गॅस विल लिबरेट ॲट द एनोड अँड hydrogen gas liberated at the cathode. So how the reaction will happen? When sodium chloride aqueous solution, वॉटर सोबत त्याचं सोल्युशन घेतलं आणि त्याचं काय केलेलं आहे? इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस मीन्स इलेक्ट्रिक करंट त्याच्यातून पास केलेला आहे. तर लिसिस म्हणजे तुकडे होईल, सोडियम क्लोराईडचे तुकडे होईल, सोडियम आणि क्लोरीन वेगळा होईल. तर तो सोडियम जो वेगळा झालेला आहे तो OH मायनस आयन सोबत रिएक्शन करून सोडियम हायड्रॉक्साईड बनवतोय. क्लोरीन मायनस जो तयार झाला होता तो पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज इलेक्ट्रोड कडे जाईल, तो एनोड कडे जाईल, क्लोरीन गॅस एनोड कडे जाईल, हायड्रोजन गॅस कॅथोड कडे जाईल. सो दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस ऑफ एन aqueous solution of sodium chloride.